Under configure? Yeah, it's under configure.
In
Hello, hello.
3, 2.
The potatoes have arisen, and the souls have been said.
But to answer your question, there is a choose your color option under the configure drawing tools. The one in the gear. I see one for stroke color in here.
Do that.
The gear.
Yeah.
That's got to be culty drawing in the corner.
Yeah. I need to draw more for Gelmar as well, but I think I'll keep that in my sketchbook for the moment.
One of these days I'll have a fucking white screen. What the fuck is it called? Whiteboard? I have a whiteboard app or something. Y'all can make or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie. One of the coolest things that I want to try, and it's got to be something that there's a mod for Foundry, is this thing that I saw on YouTube. I've shown it to you, Rick. The one where the guy figured out to code like a green screen dice tray.
Mm-hmm.
So he could roll his physical dice on the screen.
Yes.
That would be so cool. That'd be such a pain in the ass to do, but that'd be so cool.
He's the one that did all the legwork, and then he put it up somewhere. I think it said.
Yeah. Alright, making sure my audio actually sounds good. I'm using a single earbud now, wireless earbud, so whether or not I can hear myself is very debatable. Hi Magica, welcome to the stream. Let me know, folks, if the audio sounds good to you on the stream, because if not, I need to adjust it, and I'd rather do that at the beginning than the middle. Okay, where's my intro? Alright. Hello and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today I am your storyteller, Sinspeaks, and we shall be continuing the tale of Tyrant's Wrath. Come on in, take a seat, let your imagination run free. Welcome, Mystery. Mesmic. If you guys are interested in just listening and lurking and not really talking, you're welcome to just do ! lurk. And you guys can have that pipe up there. Or you guys can chat in the chat, and then we'll probably get to you if we can. If not, you know, we have a bunch of folks looking at the chat, so. But let me take off this start soon screen so you guys can see the full group. We're here with Ania, Cyril, Gelmar, Dakota, Rue, and Sapphire, and of course myself. Whoa. Welcome to the game.
Hello, hello.
So last episode we left off with the party kind of talking to a sweet little bird named Fancy Joe about a high elf who escaped, as well as you know, patting down Cyril for money, because that's apparently what they do in that town.
Should have given him a goddamn bottle cap or something.
I would have accepted anything shiny.
You should just start polishing stones in advance.
Plot twist: that crow was actually a magpie, and nobody knows.
Raggedy.
But yeah, and so y'all interacted with Fancy Joe, learned a little bit more about the escaped High Elf from the High Elfin Kingdom, the Shadow Star Kingdom, or Star Shadow Kingdom, sorry. And you guys also then continued on your way to your main mission, which is to go to Gleaming Meadows, the main agricultural, I think it's agricultural. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Agricultural?
Agricultural. Very close. Agricultural and farming town for Harmonious Haven is one of the main suppliers of cow, chicken, and the byproducts of both, as well as wheat and the general byproducts of wheat as well. On your way there, you guys have been journeying for a couple of days, and you decide to take a rest inside of a small forest, mostly because it's bumpy as hell inside the cart that you guys decided to bring with you. So what you guys decided to do was do some gathering. So you guys got a couple of herbs for your potions and stuff, and then you guys decided to combat each other to kind of test your metal against one another. And it started off with I believe Sapphire versus Rue, and it was a pretty close fight for the most part until Rue decided to use
All upon my god. Yes.
so she decided to call upon her
Guiding
god
bolt.
and
Yeah.
use guiding bolt into her chest, which she then decided was a little bit too mean, and so she blasted her shoulder instead. And Sapphire was like, "Yep, I'm good. I'm good. Ow." And then after that point, Dakota and Gilmore decided to combat each other to kind of test their strength as well. Dakota being a primarily distance fighter, with Gilmore being a primarily close range fighter. Unfortunately, Dakota just could not hit past Gilmore's defenses, and Gilmore eventually walked up to him and basically won by just overpowering him pretty much by definition. And Cyril
he
stepped
And
tried.
Cyril had
in.
to step in.
I mean, he tried to talk her down multiple times, but that wasn't getting through, and I could only punch so many times without without my life being in jeopardy as well.
That's true. So Galmore just, oh, sorry, not Galmore. So Cyril decided to step in, to just kind of make a show. So neither one of them accidentally killed one another, uh, and that's pretty much where you guys left off. Kind of talking to each other. I believe Dakota's is what's the word? Brooding over in the
Brooding.
corner. Yeah.
Ania just finished up healing Dakota for a little bit
I'm gonna.
from last campaign.
Cyril's gonna dust himself off, and you're gonna see like this light glow come from his hand as he uses lay on hands, and this like bloom of just this like stringy bioluminescent fungus grows and then just like falls off of his body for a second. And he's going to look over at Ania. Ania, darling, would you care to dance?
Oh, you want to spar with me?
Well, I believe it is good that we all get a chance to stretch and learn something.
Ania would laugh a little bit and then like use her staff to gesture.
I've already been healing the other people who are sparring. I'm not at full strength. And I still have to heal them more.
I see your point. You know, that gives me an idea. Gelmar, Rue, would you mind sparring as a team? I would like to test out some things.
I would not be opposed for another round, I suppose.
I was thinking of just sitting out this one, but I wouldn't be against it.
All right. And he's going to sort of that whole like just shaking himself loose thing. And he's not going to tell them this, but he's not going to use any offensive magic. Instead, I'm going to burn all the spell slots for what are they called again? Exertion points.
Okay.
I think that gives me like 6.
Let me double check.
I don't know.
I believe it does.
Because it's it's 2 points per spell slot.
Mm-hmm. And then
Yeah.
at this level, you would have, I believe, 3 spell slots. Yeah, you would have 3 spell slots. So, yeah, you'll be
Yeah.
right.
And all right, so I guess we'll just. So you guys are gonna. You might see like short little flashes as he, I guess, pumps himself up, to so to speak.
Mm.
I'm gonna roll initiative.
Yep.
Ania before will also go up to Gelmar and Rue and be like,
Would either of you like a little pick me up before you go into your second battle?
Much as I would love to say yes, I think I should probably be handling myself for this one. I appreciate the offer, though.
So
she
Rick,
would
this
look to
might be
Rue.
something to look at later after the stream, but somehow there's a 0.1 bonus to my initiative.
Oh, yeah, that's, the point
That's your
1
dex.
is your dex bonus, basically. So it's your, can you shut the fuck up, Cars? Thank
It's
you.
a tiebreaker, or basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if you have, it's
way more sense. I was like, where should 1/10 come from?
yeah. So if you have the same, like strength, for example, you and Gelmar, you would both have whatever your dice is,
Or dex.
0.18.
If we have the same dex modifier, it's
Yeah.
initiative.
Oh, okay.
Rue will say to her, "Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much." And she'll accept it.
Okay, and Ania will just do another. Let me double check which one. Need to sort my tabs here. All right. I think it was Cure Wounds and not the other one. Yes, it's Cure Wounds. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I just do a quick Cure Wounds cast. Healing. Normal.
Oh, nice. Oh, thank you.
And
I think
she-
I'm almost full.
A wild DA has appeared.
And
So
have a
Ania
good
will
night,
tap her with
Jessian.
her staff.
Oh, she smiles and thanks her.
And Nia will bow out and go back to the sidelines to watch.
Leaning against a tree.
Yes, the trees.
All right. Let me position you guys as characters again. Boop. And then have Dakota brooding next to Ania.
Leaning against a tree or something.
There we go.
Same tree.
Okay. And you two feel free to roll your initiative. Nice, nice. Alright, very good, very good. Alright, which means that it is Gelmar's turn first.
I can't select my character.
Hang on. There you go.
Gelmar is already unconscious.
Theory, you should be able to now.
Movement and changed. Nope.
Okay, hold on. Why is it not letting you touch your character?
I have no idea.
Displayed, represent, link, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Okay, hold on.
Can you move?
Let me try fixing that by
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh,
Yeah, can you move that one?
I'm no longer on the initiative roll.
That's okay. Can you move your character here?
Nope.
Huh. Where's your character?
Well, Rick,
on
I
her.
think you're gonna have to be the one to move the characters.
Weird. You were able to move it yesterday. Or not
Yeah, I don't
yesterday.
get it either.
A week ago.
Okay. You know
Oh
what?
wow.
Let me just double check something here. I
And
know it's probably not going to help the situation.
Oh, that's fine. 12.
That's just the wrong thing I'm looking at. Here we go.
There you go. Well, maybe it's.
Oh, maybe that's why I was set to pencil.
Ah,
That would explain everything.
Yeah, that'll do
A
it.
meme
That'll do it.
Okay. No.
Well, that's
Whoa,
Just
whoa,
backspace. How do I
whoa!
do that?
People killing everybody next to you.
There we
good.
go. Don't worry. I was trying to ruler it.
Oh, there
This
you
isn't even my real character.
go.
Can you imagine?
I
Anyway,
swear there's a ruler. Oh yeah, it's a control click, which is fun.
Stay close, he whispers to Aru as he takes a couple steps up. I'm just going to breath weapon again.
Oh, okay.
Ice breath on the great axe. Another quick spin, flinging it upwards towards him. Frigid air and an array of icicles.
Okay.
I'm confused. Is this a deck save or is this a different thing?
Dex.
I believe it's Dex.
Mhm.
Okay,
DC 12.
hold on. I gotta get to the thingy.
No problem.
Okay, my outrageously high decks. Let me tell you. I had a feeling.
Oh my. You
Yeah,
didn't have
you're outrageously high. The highest dex I've ever seen.
I'm completely
Big
at
man
the mercy
slow.
of the dice.
Oh no, it doesn't slow him down. It just hurts a lot.
For spells or anything that uses a saving throw mechanic like spells do, one of the rulings we have, which actually Cyril suggested a long time ago, and it's the reason we have it, is that he takes double damage if you roll a natural 1. And you take half damage or half whatever the damage would eventually be if you get a natural 20.
Hey Sin, would this technically count as a crit from me then?
Yes, it would.
That's merciless.
It's Cyril's own rule.
Oh crud, she wouldn't be classified as within reach. That's a darn shame. Would have been absolutely evil. Okay. I'm just 2d10 in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, roll as if it's a crit.
Oh. 15
cold
damage straight to the face.
You are now covered in
Oh, you said
icicles.
2d10.
No, it's
2d10, yeah.
your max damage plus a roll.
It added an extra.
So that was the roll.
Just count only the. Oh.
No, that was correct. Yeah, it's the max number on the dice plus the dice roll is how I do criticals.
I pray you know what you're doing, old friend.
Or-
Anissa is giving the axe a spin and taking on a defensive stance. I'm ending my turn.
You know, I
Okay.
feel like the dice are trying to tell us that Gelmar is like ridiculously strong.
I mean, this is kind of the role of a fighter.
It's
Mhm.
true.
Okay.
Fighters are so boring. As he pulls the sword out of the guy's body. So boring.
Yeah.
And let's be real, we did kind of mod basically all of our classes out to craft just simply so they have a weird amount of things that they can do from moment to moment.
It's true. It's exciting.
Anywho,
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's your move, Rue.
Yep. I'm going to stick close. Okay, she says, following after, and she will go. Is here okay? She's gonna reaction, or should I come side by side?
Above game, it really doesn't matter.
Okay, I will be here then. Even though I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna be side by side because that's how she would see it. Like, let's walk together, and she's going to bless us both.
Oh, okay.
So now you have, what was it again? +4. No, I'm sorry. A d4 for when you make an attack or when you're doing a saving yourself with a saving throw.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes. So to attack and save yourself. And then I'm going to cast as a bonus action the spiritual weapon. Let's get
Ooh,
going.
very nice, very nice.
Like, why does it have this weird little thing going on here? What happened?
Oh, that's where these. I assume that's where a spiritual weapon ended up.
It's supposed to be right in the middle here.
Okay, let me fix that if I
I
can.
would say that there's something on my screen that says that it is.
Oh, mine has it halfway. I don't know what's going on. It's like in
there
the
we
There
go.
we go.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So what does this spiritual weapon do?
Spiritual weapon is basically a extra.
Oh, 1d
Weapon.
force damage. Okay, okay.
When you cast a spell, you can also make a melee spell attack against him. So since you did cast it, and we are going by kind of sort of BG3 rules where you can, as long as it is a bonus action and an action that you're using, you can technically use 2 spells, because I have no idea why there would be any other way. It never has made sense to me. But yeah, so you can attack this turn with that weapon, which would be...
Because I would summon it, and now I can
Yeah.
move it. Yeah.
And
Or I
it's
can summon it here. Attack. Let's go. Normal. Do I get any other bonuses?
16.
To
That-
attack.
that-
Plus D4, right? Let me see. 4.
And you'll take half
2.
damage.
Oh, 18 is hitting man. Okay. Okay.
No, my AC is 16.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't need to roll it. Oh.
It would have been half damage without the D4.
Oh, I see.
So you do full damage. Ooh, another
What did it
7. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was the bottom one. I thought it was a 2. I was like, nice, 2 damage. I like nice.
Holy crud.
Puts me at what? 17.
Yeah, 17.
You have taken a total of 22 damage this turn.
Yeah.
And that's the end of her turn.
And just so everyone's aware, because this makes their life easier, when you're adjusting your hit points, you can actually treat it like a calculator. So you can do minus whatever, and it will actually auto-calculate it.
That will be a lot quicker for me.
It says 36
I love
underneath
not
our
doing
token.
math.
I know,
Can you do,
right?
like, times 4? Does that work? No.
What's that?
Oh. I'll do like a little screenshot.
Yeah, I think you should be at full health. I
Oh yeah,
believe.
never mind. You can keep going. I'll just put this.
Okay.
I
So
believe that would be Cyril's turn.
taking both of those hits, shaking the frost off of his antlers, and feeling the spiritual weapon cave into his side. That was very good. Very good. Pick up the glaive and spin it around. I think it's my turn. And he's gonna go straight at Gelmar with the glaive up in the air. And at about the apex of the swing, there's going to be this puff of just dust and smoke as he vanishes from right in front of Gelmar and reappears immediately behind him to bring the glaive down on top of him.
So you didn't rush past the thing, right? You teleported before you can move? Because would that be like an attack of opportunity?
So
It
he
would not, if
moved.
assuming it was teleportation.
Yeah, so he was still in the threatened square of the spiritual weapon, but when he used his teleportation, he automatically moved out of that without proccing
Whoa!
it.
Teleportation
Misty
does
Step
not proc
does the same
attacks
thing.
of opportunity.
Fancy moves?
And I get advantage on the attack against Gelmar.
Whoa.
Hit me with it. What do we got?
Well, it's probably going to be a fucking 1 again.
I would love to see
Oh,
a
come
nat
on.
20.
No,
Oh,
you
come
already
on.
got one.
The odds of that is 5% of 5%.
Oh, you do hit him, though.
Oh.
Hey, look at me with my dirty 20s.
Alrighty. How much damage do I take?
Hold on. This is actually the first time I'm using this entire system, so...
There should be a damage button.
There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
almost full.
So,
Yep, that hurts.
So the blade's going to come down, and it's going to slam into him, and then Cyril's long reach comes in real handy for this little trick that he does. There's a switch at the back end of his glaive that lets him release the tip and just pull the spear out. That's part of his weapon. The tip of the blade, which you've rarely seen him disengage it. It's now just stuck in Gelmar, and you lose 15 feet of movement, and you're going to take 1d6 slashing at the beginning of your next turn, and it takes a full action strength saving throw to remove it. And I'm going to mark Gelmar. I'm going to use the mark action with that attack so that my opportunity attacks against him are going to be at advantage and they don't use up my reaction. And I think I'm going to... I'm gonna go for the gusto here. And I'm gonna use the remainder of my movement to back off away from the both of you.
Okay. Would that count as attack of opportunity from them?
It should, because I'm not using my teleportation.
Okay. So in that case...
So that would be one attack from us each then?
Yep.
It should be.
Alright.
Like I said, I'm going for the gusto on this thing. I'm literally giving you guys a free pair of attacks.
Ooh.
Ooh. Woo! That was a close one.
Ooh.
Ooh, wow. Rue is taking that on the chin.
Yeah, I missed.
Gelmar does have Bless, though, so feel free to roll 1d4.
Oh, no, that's already applied, it says here.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Oh, wait, no, it's not. You're right. Sorry.
See if you can... You're good.
Yeah, that's not how to hit.
That shield in your chest frame is really hindering you. But Rue does get her hit off.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. I think 17 minus 8 means 9, right?
Yep.
There we go. And I have backed off. I want to say, based on where I was 10 feet away. I've backed off like the full 20 feet away from them.
Okay.
I think that's 20 feet worth of square.
Let me see. No. There we go. Yep.
Oh, look at me go.
Good job. And then, Rue, you did get your hit off, so as he's backing up, how do you do your hit? Is your mic on, Rue?
Oh,
Mic
shit.
check.
No, it wasn't. She just gives like a wide grin again, getting into the battlefield, and then she hips up her axe and she does the same thing. She just chops him like a tree.
It's a surprisingly I suppose trained move. It really does look like she is trying to chop down an actual tree when she swings. And the force behind the swing is just what you would expect when you're trying to hit through a tree's base. It is not a pleasant swing, Zero.
Yeah, I'm feeling it dent my armor on that one. Ooh.
Gamma?
Still filled with tricks, are you, old friend?
Like I said, I wanted to try some things out.
So you said I take a d6 at the start of my turn?
At the start of your turn, you're going to take a d6 of slashing. I can roll that for you.
I'm already on it.
Hey.
Just flat, no modifiers?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say there's any modifiers.
Alright.
And then it's a DC 12 strength check to remove it as an action.
Which should be easy.
I will gladly go for that.
Arthur
Strength check, you said?
failed. Yeah, DC 12 strength check. Arthur failed 4 different strength checks with a 20 strength, so it's possible.
And you get that plus 4 d4. Oh yeah.
I don't even need it this time.
Oh, nice job.
So it pretty much
I'm-
falls to the ground in front of you.
He just pulls out the spear, tosses it aside, and then proceeds to stomp a foot as his injuries begin to regenerate. I'm going to trigger my second wind.
Ooh, very nice.
But I'm afraid I have a few tricks left up my sleeve as well, old friend.
That nice, that nice.
And I'm going to follow it up with an action.
Less.
Ooh.
And I'm going to follow it up with an action surge.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
This is gonna hurt.
And I'm going to chain him again.
Alright.
So when you come into my range at the 10-foot mark, I'm gonna hit you
Okay.
with the spear. I'm so terrible at this. And this is going to be at advantage.
That's a hit. Full damage.
And then, just so I remember correctly, what gives you, is that the blind sight or?
No, that's the polearm master.
Oh, okay.
Look at me with my baby 5.
Oh my.
No.
Should have seen that one coming. Never thought understand you. Very well.
Not yet.
I suppose that goes for both of us then. I'm going to trigger Grasp of the Storm. He just jets an arm out as another chain fires towards him.
Ooh.
15 feet. Yeah, I should have done this like 2 steps back. Oh well.
Good
So
to
that
remember.
is a. Actually, hold on.
Is this an attack or a save?
It's a save. It's a strength save. It says here.
Oh, look at that.
Sin, we never did actually come to. You never did actually tell me what the DC for these are because I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Oh, I have them in the game rules, I think. Hold on. It is 8 plus your proficiency bonus, plus your strength or dexterity mod.
So in addition, fail the save and you get pulled closer. But either way, there's still a free attack roll coming at you.
All right, but it's a strength
DC
save.
14.
DC 14. And I've got nothing extra giving.
Mm-hmm.
You get pulled. You're pulled.
Brutal.
You're
That
pulled
failed.
You're pulled to directly in front of him, as well as
A thick swing. Oh.
Oh.
yeah, that's failure. I think
He's catching on. Oh,
Come
beautiful.
here for a hug.
Yeah, as you pull me in and go for the swing, the spear in my hands comes around and redirects it down to the ground.
You do know how to be frustrating in the battlefield. Makes you perfect for a rival. That's turn end.
Okie dokie. Ryu.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to move this guy. How do I move him though?
You should be able to click the select button.
You know what? We never found out what your spiritual weapon looks
Maybe.
like.
Oh,
Good question. Yeah.
at first I thought it was spinning chakram blades. So it like shears into somebody. But no, you know what? I think it's gonna be a giant saw, like one of those just the bladed saws, because I'm always
Oh, the
thinking
wood
like,
saws.
oh, carpenter. Yeah.
Okay.
Wood saw.
Just this like, big crosscut saw coming at me.
It's just a circular saw, just bladed.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's a buzz saw.
Yeah.
It's like in that scene from Wild Wild West when they're being chased through the cornfield.
Oh god.
She just smiles as this buzzsaw like shears through the air behind her as the wind like tosses her hair. She's like, "Oh, I'm coming right after you." It's going back.
To move it, you'll click the measurement controls on the left. It looks like a ruler, and then the select button at the top, and then you'll just grab the weird sparkly icon.
Oh, nope, that is a circle.
All these squares are a circle, but you grab the weird sparkly icon at the top of that box, and then just drag it.
Oh, 5, 10, 15. Oh, he's kind of in the way.
That's
20.
okay.
Okie dokie, so you can try to get a hit off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to cast spell again, just the damage.
Yep.
Oh, no, wrong one.
Same basic attack, and then same basic damage.
Same bat time, same badge.
Same
I
bat
just-
time, same bat channel.
I don't know how to like not cast it, but I damage. What?
You should just be able to cast it without using a spell slot in order to get its damage.
Oh, right, yeah. You're right.
Alright.
Oh, need some help.
Oh. Oh yeah, you still have bless.
Oh,
Let me double check.
16.
Was it? I think it was bless. Yeah.
it's just concentration. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep, so
okay.
that's half damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Jesus. All right. Well, that is Gilmore. Do we round up or down?
I believe default rules you round down, so that would be 5 damage.
Okay. I
But
can
if
never
it was
remember.
like 0.5 damage, don't we always round up to 1?
Depends on
In
the
math,
system.
normally yes, but I'm pretty sure you only round up when the direct ability says so.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll round down. So that'd be 5 more damage to you.
Well,
And then I believe you still have your main action.
yes. Gotta go back to select tokens. There. That's
Mhm.
interesting. I'm gonna head on back to the party.
And as soon as you come within 10 feet of me, I get to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey, Sin, reactions on reactions?
So
How
that's
those
what
rolls
the
go?
mark action is great for. The mark action doesn't use up my reaction when I use it on my marked opponent.
And
True, but
then-
I have a reaction that can be made against attacks, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Aha.
Is it your cloud
Counter
ring?
spell.
It is my interception ability.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me look at that.
That just allows me to reduce the incoming damage to an ally by 1d10 plus my proficiency.
Ooh, sure. Yep.
Against Rue, it's actually a normal roll.
Ah,
What does not beat it?
17.
That doesn't beat her AC? Holy
No.
crud.
No.
She is wearing heavy armor, yeah.
Just missed
And
her.
has a
Yep.
shield.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'll be holding on to this then.
Well, then
Cool.
let's go ahead and hit him with a battle axe. Oh, okay. Let's hit it again.
Well, that'll do
Just
it.
beat it.
I don't know for
that's
certain, but
1d4.
something
I
tells
said
me
a
this...
1d6. This is wrong. Let me delete that.
It's
Delete.
fine.
Oh, I thought I was gonna miss on that roll.
Nope.
No, I have an AC of 16.
Oh, oops. Because I saw it roll the 12, and I was like, oh, nope, that's not gonna do it.
Oh, max damage. And I
Holy
think
crud.
that's where he would
That
fall.
is- And that is more than enough.
And then just a reminder for folks, because I don't think I mentioned this last time because we didn't get to this point. You can always, with very few exceptions, but there are a few, can always say that your attack is non-lethal. The only real exceptions to this are if you specify, like you're trying to slice towards their head, if you are using a weapon that realistically you can't do non-lethal damage with, or if you're using a spell like Fireball. You cannot do non-lethal damage with a Fireball.
Fireball.
She definitely has this hype look in her eyes as she's like smiling because it's like a training thing. She's excited.
Mhm.
And then like after she goes through, she kind of feels the power of it and then takes her arm back a little so it only skims half of it. Or
You can feel as the blade goes down, Cyril, that even though she pulled back just a little bit, so it skimmed you instead of dug into you, it still slices through part of your breastplate. Like her sheer strength still gouges into the metal of your chest.
And I think at that point, I'm going to grab the axe, and I'm just going to nod and look at the two of them. Very well done.
That's fine.
And Ania will begin to advance on the group.
With the worried smile. That's so funny.
Ania begins to advance on the group. Now's my chance. They're all weak.
Take them out now.
Now,
Guiding bolt, fuck you.
if they're in a line,
Ania.
just line them up.
Here's what you didn't know I had. Lightning bolts.
Moonbeam. While they're all grouped together, Moonbeam.
Oh my gosh.
But Ania will chirp up like,
Oh, that was great, everyone. You did a great job. Everyone who wants to be healed up, even those from the previous spars, please all gather over, and I'll make sure everyone is healed up a little bit in case anything happens during the night. We don't want that.
I see your point, he says, pulling out the gold rune. Let me, at the very least, patch up a quick injury or two, Cyril, if you'll allow me.
Y'all have fun over there?
Very
Oh,
much.
it was great fun, and I will appreciate that. And here, we'll trade on fixing. I'll put my hand on your side where I impaled you with the spear, and you'll feel. Normally, you'd expect to feel like a warmth. This is more like humid. It's like
Moist.
a wet, warm feeling as that same creeping fungus grows over the wound and pulses for a few seconds. This like purplish bioluminescence before it just sort of turns to ash and dies and just falls off of your body. The wound completely healed.
Much better, thank you, he says before pulling a gold runestone from his pocket and pressing it up against your armor. Actually, on that note, so I assume that lay on hands was physical or had physical contact, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has a weirdly low body temperature. Anyway, though, really speaking, I could have just cast a spell, but
That's okay.
7 HP restored. It's not much, but
Just a little bit.
It is more than I had.
And now Nia's gonna
Yeah.
show off her healing abilities.
And once everyone is grouped up and Cyril and Gelmar have exchanged heals, Ania will hold her staff close to her and close her eyes. And there's this golden green light that sort of pulses from the staff one time. And very, in the middle of the group, sort of manifests this transparent image of a starry elk who just stoically walks amongst the party. And this is Healing Spirit. So this will grant I can heal 1d6 5 times to anyone within the perimeter. It's not like everyone gets healed 1d6. I get to choose who is healed. So
you don't have to heal. Yeah, she doesn't actually take any.
This isn't the old school healing spirit cheese where we just walk back and forth through the spirit and we're all fully healed.
Yeah, unfortunately, this healing spirit has a limit to how many times it can be used before it fades.
Yeah, I can only use it 5 times.
Today we learn who Ania's favorites are.
I don't
Well,
think
look-
Rue actually got like hit, so she just kind of like smiles and like
Mhm.
feels the warmth of things happening. But,
Like, oh, that's
she's,
pretty.
she's just in the moment.
Mhm. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Cast spell. And let's see, healing. So first one is going to go to Cyril. Let me just. And she will look around to see like who is most injured. That looks like I'm assuming Dakota and Cyril still.
I have 18 out of 24.
18 out of 24.
So Gelmore and Cyril, actually.
I actually haven't added how much Cyril just healed. How much was
That
it?
was 15.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
In that
I'm exactly
case-
6 away from a max health bar. I'm probably fine.
Yeah, Sapphire and Cyril then.
Okay, so another for Cyril. And I don't get a bonus on these, I don't think. I think it's just 1d6.
I think so, yeah.
Mm.
That's pretty impressive though.
Mhm. That'll be for Dakota. And I assume Cyril's still very heavily injured. Dakota's looking a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Dakota shrugs.
I mean, if I'm not
Dakota's
mistaken, he's
okay.
currently only got 7 HP. So yeah, I think Cyril could use some help.
I got 17 now.
Cyril
I'm feeling
again.
okay.
Wait,
And
how much did you just heal, Dakota?
Okay.
2 for Dakota.
Okay.
Cyril has gotten 6, 7, 8. Cyril's up by 8, and I have one last healing spirit. And she'll like look around and just give it to Cyril again. Cyril, okay, yeah, nice 4.
He's still more injured than Sapphire.
Mm-hmm. And then
And
after the
then-
deer,
Mhm.
The deer fades away, and she'll ask, like,
Do you think you'll be good for resting for the night, or would you like a little bit more patching up?
I think I'll be all right. Thank you.
I could help out a little too. I might as well ask my friend for some help.
ask God.
Yeah. She pulls out her little bell with the little, oh my fucking gosh! It's a bird. What is it?
The bluebird?
Yeah. Her little bell, and she'll ring it once and say,
Mhm.
"Oh, we had such a good time, and now, hopefully we can take a little rest, and we'll see what we can do."
Double
Nice.
sevens.
So that's 19 to 6 people, but obviously it's just between 1, 2, 3, whoever got hurt.
Yeah, she pretty much just
Oh,
full
nice.
healed the entire party.
Nice.
Entire party?
It's 6 creatures, 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier, so you divide it.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
I'm
So-
only missing 6 HP. I think we should go for other people.
Okay. 19 minus. We can do 19 minus 6. Does someone want to take?
Oh no, it says up to 6 creatures of choice that you can see within range each regain hit points equal to 2d8 plus your spellcasting mod.
Oh,
So they would
oh,
each
right.
regain 19 health.
Okay.
Dear
boom,
wow.
God. Yeah, we
get
really do get a full
you
heal.
And you
Yeah.
get a 19. And you get a 19.
Everybody gets a
normally-
19.
Normally,
Boom.
Prayer of Healing is a 10-minute cast. I found this stupid because no one ever uses it. So instead is a 2-action cast. So she has to take 2 turns to use this.
Oh, I see that.
in
Yeah, the
combat.
2A. Oh, right. I remember we modified that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So it is a really, really, really good healing move, but it is really risky depending on where you do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of the reason I built Gelmar to be a guardian.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
That was almost full damage. That was 2 away from full send.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very lucky. Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I could like click and cast it. How do I cancel this? The healing spirit. I have like. Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
And then you
I'm
can
pretty
just,
sure Sin can delete it.
How do
I can delete it, or you can delete it. If you go to the measuring tool on the left there, it's the second tab.
Oh,
bit
we can do
thing.
this manually?
Yeah, it looks like a ruler on the left.
Mm-hmm.
The
And then
double
you
ruler
click
or the single one?
the
Carpenter square. Or
Oh.
yeah, carpenter square. And then you can
And then-
either click it, or you can delete it by clicking backspace.
Oh,
Gotcha.
backspace.
I really
there we
wish
go.
I could
Nice.
I could put a
Convenient.
token as my saw blade coming in.
I mean, it makes sense.
I'll
I
figure
feel-
out how to do that at some point.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of curious what I'm just kind of curious what Ania chose for her healing spirit to take, or the form.
Oh, was
it
it
was a starry elk.
Oh.
Sounds fancy. I like it.
Yep. So Starry Elk moves around your whole party, kind of nuzzling against you guys and gently curing the wounds on your body. And then as many of you are still wounded, either bleeding slightly or just, a lot of general pains and aches and stuff, Rue, of course, rings her bell, and legitimate divine light pierces around you guys. It's not obscenely bright, but it is a circle of essentially whitish yellowish light that kind of flows upwards from the ground and kind of swirls around each of the party members, curing most of, if not all, their wounds. The general reminder of the pain is still there. Your body can still remember pain even if you're not directly injured, so you can still feel like general, like, kind of sort of aches that you may have had. Or Gelmar, for example, can kind of still feel where the head of the weapon was in his chest, but the actual pain itself has faded away from all of you, and some scars have formed over the wounds that you guys have gotten previously.
Rue just
were-
smiles and then like says aloud, "Thank you again, friend," and then puts away the bell to hang back on her tower shield.
And Ania will chirp up, "Thank you."
Is a good friend too.
Indeed.
Much
The
better.
I
Coda
am your
nods.
god now.
Do you sense its presence? She says almost with a smile, but it sounds sinister.
Just the look on her face. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Felt quite nice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go retrieve the other end of my spear and put it back together. It's just, I'm not even gonna walk over there. There's just gonna be this this cloud of purplish red, like pollen and spores type dust, and I'm just gonna reappear next to it, and you just hear that click. And it'll be around this time that, now that we're outside of the excitement from battle, that there's that Gelmar might notice it, but there's this tiny little like mold on his shoulder, and that's basically what's been giving Cyril the ability to bounce around the battlefield, because he marked him earlier when he moved into the way.
That's neato.
Gotcha. Crud, what was I about to say or do? Actually, does it? Nah, doesn't matter.
I think we should all get some rest.
Agreed. Won't lie. Had that battle not ended there, I probably would have bowed out.
I could have gone on.
Ania will start gathering her potion making materials and sitting down for the camp for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah.
You all start to generally make camp. Fluffy and the carriage are just kind of a little bit
Fluffy.
to the ways. And you guys made...
Seen it all. Not
yeah, Fluffy's just like, this is normal. But you guys make a little campfire and, make it make so it won't burn down the foliage or anything around you, as Ania sets up her potion crafting, and everyone else starts to kind of tuck in to get a decent sleep. The night has started to rain, of course, and then Sapphire's any exposed skin that she has starts to glimmer slightly in the moonlight as it drizzles down from the canopy. The rest of you are just kind of taking in the day, or taking the night as it comes along, laying your bedrolls or your tents or whatever have you, as the night slowly passes. The next couple days are about the same. You guys chat with each other, talk with each other about what the sheriff might be like, or some of the journeys you guys had before you guys got together as a group, or various other small talk topics. Feel free to take a long rest, everyone. And after a couple of days, did I actually remember to... I did not. Of course I did not. Okay, on. I have another map I want to show you guys because it's...
How do I take a long rest? Ah, there it is.
Yep. And feel free to do one for Sapphire as well. Where is the map? What am I going to call it? Oh,
Take
yeah,
one
that's right.
for long rest for Sapphire.
There we go.
That's cool that it displays like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Makes life a lot easier. Alright, we're going to do... Where
You also
the hell
had
did
1
I just
HP left to recover.
put- Good lord. Oh, come on, game. Don't be a dick. See, that's why I need to put in the maps before I do the stuff. Okay, on.
How many nights has it been,
2 nights.
including this one?
Yeah, so it'd be this night. This was night 3, I think, of your guys' travel.
I think so.
Yeah, we
And
were like a
so-
couple days away, you said.
Yeah, so it'd be this night, and then 2 more nights, and you guys would be just outside of the town, like less than a day away. You guys be outside the town when you guys make rest. And once it actually decides to work properly, I will show you the map where you guys are taking rest for that night.
I guess so. While we're walking along, at some point, just because it's we're just sort of not doing much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Cyril's going to turn to Sapphire. I don't think I've ever seen anyone's skin shimmer like that in the moon. Where did you say you were from again?
I don't think I did.
Well, then I suppose my question is, where are you from?
Sin, where did you say you'd be from?
So your character, you were born just outside of Harmonious Haven. And then after you became an adventurer, however long you decide it was ago, you then went to the Lycian Glade, which is the Elven Forest, which is where you got your powers.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out where the maps. Just outside of Harmonious Haven.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where anywhere. Anywhere.
In
I don't know.
the Discord, under World, under Maps, there should be Vithir.
Yeah, no, I see that. As far as where I was born.
Oh, so
Specifically,
Viridian
I don't know.
Fields at the top there. And then Harmonious Haven. So you were probably born near Gleaming Meadows, actually.
Okay. Which is where we're going.
Mm-hmm. So this would be familiar path to you.
Okay. I was born, I guess not far from where we're going.
Oh,
Yeah. And then I got the glimmering skin from being which one, Fey Wander or Fey Lost?
I believe Fey Wander on. Let me double check that real quick for you. Ranger, Fey Wanderer. No, Fey Wanderer gives you your flowers. Fey Lost gives you your skin.
Okay, and Fey Lost is what exactly again?
Fey Lost is that you got lost inside of the Fey
Fey
Wild.
Wilds.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
basically went through the Elven Forest and into a multi-dimensional portal and got literally lost inside of the Fey's dimension.
And it was basically like, oh, how do I explain how it happened?
I would love to be able to answer that, but holy crud, is it complicated? And recently speaking, Gilmore would not know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. In my mind, I think of it as like as I like found my way out of the Feywilds, it like is like a kind of like a burn on my skin.
Ooh.
Okay.
So okay, the bad part about not having much of a backstory is caught up.
hey,
So
that's what all
build it.
this RP is for. We're gonna flesh everything out on everybody.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Think about RP as adding development to your character as it is. I'm fairly certain. I stepped in with like a basic idea as to where my character came from, and I'm just building everything else up as we go.
That's the best part.
Yeah. And, well, one day I got lost in the Feywilds. I can't recall how long I was lost for, but when I found my way out, the night after, I noticed my skin was glimmering. I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but I'm guessing it happened as I left or just before. But, yeah.
Does it
What
hurt?
was it like there? Was it terrifying? I've only ever heard.
I don't recall it actually happening other than like this, I guess this like warmth like flowing over my skin as I left the Feywilds. That's the only thing that I can think of when it happened. But as of discovering it being glimmering, that was quite a shock.
What was the Feywilds like?
Well, we didn't wake up to.
Oh no.
Baby.
The baby.
For context for what the Feywild is exactly, it's a multi-dimensional plane of existence where general Fey creatures such as pixies, fairies, nymphs, technically elves, technically gnomes, centaurs, and other general weird creatures come from, is a extremely beautiful place and is absolutely fucking chaotic as hell. There are no rules that you can at least understand or define. about the world of the area, at least to your mortal mind. You could touch a log and it could turn to a snake or 1,000 butterflies, or you could walk for a minute and go a mile, and walk for an hour and go a foot. Um, I would probably say you don't remember all too much about your travels there, but you would remember that it's absolutely batshit crazy there.
Yeah. For lack of a better word, it was wild. Uh, it,
Oh.
I don't remember much of my time there, or I do remember it being very beautiful. But other than that, as far as how long, like what exactly it looks like, what I saw, I cannot remember very well. Uh, and I do know that the rules and laws of physics and magic is all crazy.
Would you think that you would like to live there, or are you happier being out?
I'm definitely happier being out.
If you come from near Glimmering Meadows, do you know the sheriff?
Roll me a
I
history check.
give me my mouth back, please.
The baby just stole in
Also,
the
and also,
face.
because this is an area she's very familiar with, doesn't Ranger class have travel time?
Generally speaking, yes. The way that I will be doing it will actually be using the advanced 5e rules of Ranger class, specifically with the way they do. While she rolls her history check, I'm going to look at real quick to explain it.
It's still
Is
gonna be
called
20, right?
I believe it's a d20 plus -1.
Trip to the Feywild did a number on you.
Oof.
Oh,
That is an unnatural 1. Cool.
no.
I will
No, I
explain what
don't
that
know the
means here in a
sheriff.
second. So the specific thing she has instead of favorited terrain, she has a thing called familiar terrain. You are particularly adept at traveling and surviving in natural environments, any natural environment. When making intelligence or wisdom check related to a natural environment, you gain an expertise die or a 1d4 if using a skill you're proficient in. When traveling a natural terrain, you also gain the following benefits. Difficult terrain does not slow your group's travel. Your group cannot become lost except by magical means. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, you still remain alert to danger, and your passive perception increases by 2. If you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily at a normal pace. When you hunt and gather, you find twice as much supply as you normally would, or rations. And when tracking other creatures, you can also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. And this is for any natural terrain as well. Because
Nice.
it makes more sense for a ranger to be adept in natural terrains and not adept in unnatural ones than just having one that they like. It's just never made sense to me. So this makes it a little bit more versatile. But yeah, so your travel time is never slowed, no matter what difficulty you guys go into, unless it's unnatural terrain. By unnatural, it's either stuff that you would not normally encounter. Lava, for example, or volcanic regions are not usually natural terrains that people generally encounter. They are natural, but you don't encounter them very often. Extremely icy terrain, so high up in the mountains, or glaciers, for example. Things that are extremely abnormal to encounter are considered non-natural terrain, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Did mine just be weird? Oh, there we go. Okay. But yeah, so with that unnatural one, which, funny enough, that is one of the few numbers I very rarely see is an unnatural one. Uh, I don't actually think I've had an unnatural one in years. Um, but essentially with unnatural one, you grew up near Gleaming Meadows. But you never went into Gleaming Meadows because of this Dragonborn. He is a very gruff, he's a very rough individual, and he does not take kindly to children. So you essentially went there once, you encountered him once, and you fucked off from him for the rest of your natural life.
Well,
You still there, Sever?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Um, so I would have remembered going there the very first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went there once. I was very young, and it was. I don't think we ever mentioned how old I am.
Oh, okay.
But I was very young, and I can't recall much of the place. So no, I did not
Hmm.
really meet the sheriff.
And I guess this will be a treat for all of us.
Yes, it will.
Maybe
Treat
he'll
one.
be a
should
proper
let it-
cowboy like myself.
And
Sheriff
don't
stands
let it bother
cowboy.
you that you don't quite remember. Things will come as they go.
Mm.
And I suppose surprises are far more fun than certainty.
Make sure that this thing is working. It
I think I like
is.
certainty better than surprises.
There we go.
He just gives you a smile. Mind boring.
I think I
And
agree
then
with you. The last time I had the surprise, I didn't like it.
So as you guys are traveling
Fun.
along and talking about reminiscing about the past and stuff like that, you guys, it's probably you guys decide to move a little bit during the night, I assume, just because you're very close to the town, and you guys aren't particularly tired, especially after the fighting a couple days ago, and you guys are getting excited to go to the mission. You guys are traveling a little bit through the night. It's probably maybe 10 o'clock at night at this point, not too much later than you guys normally sleep, but, well, Jesus.
Hello,
Um,
everybody.
yeah, no,
Sorry, I keep forgetting it does that.
yeah, you're good. A little bit later than you guys are normally used to, kind of being awake, and, but you're traveling through a night and it's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful travel. The stars above you are starting to shine a little bit brighter with the full moon. The canopy is starting to open up a little bit, and you guys encounter a very strange sight. This has to be, by at least Sapphire's recollection, maybe half a day's travel away from the town, although she's never seen this specific area before. Is an absolutely stunning, beautiful, clear pool, a pond that reflects the stars above. There's almost no lighting around you guys in any way, shape, or form, so you guys can see the galactic colorations above you in all of its glory, shimmering off the pool. It's an absolutely wonderful and stunning view, and the pool itself seems to ripple as if something has bounced off of it, but there's nothing there.
Oh. Should we do a survival wisdom check? Get you a little closer.
You're more than welcome to.
Oh,
What would so survival?
Mhm.
What was it again?
So you can either do a survival check, a nature check or a perception check, depending on what it is you're trying to look for. You're trying to look at the pool and trying to decipher what the pool is, trying to look around its general area, or what are you guys trying to do? And then one of those three will usually be good for it.
I'm looking at the stars,
Fair enough.
both the reflection and the sky.
Yeah.
That'd be a nature roll.
Nature.
I'll
I'm
see
actually-
how this pool is impacting the surrounding area, and like, does this feel? It's probably isn't natural, but like to
Mhm.
understand a little deeper with what it does around.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That'd
was
be a
actually
nature
thinking
check.
similarly.
Yeah, survival stuff.
I think I'm going to give Rue help on that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Give
let's
her
do it.
advantage or something, I think.
Yep. And so if you have advantage and you already rolled, just click the advantage button next to... Alright, cool.
I
24.
appreciate.
Well, we got that 2 out of the way, at least.
I know, right?
Thank you.
Anyone else?
It already covered me. I don't think there's anything else I could discover.
Yeah, I was gonna roll a perception just a second.
Okie dokie.
Alright, what am I doing?
So you see the site in front of you.
+5, right?
Huh?
I have +5 perception. Is that right?
I believe so. Let me see. Perception.
would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
my
plus
number.
5.
Okay. It's 14.
14. Nice. So Dakota, you are currently staring at the site before you, the beautiful pool, pond. That's just kind of here. It feels mystical to some degree. You're not quite sure what exactly it's doing here. It does seem a little bit out of place to you personally, though you don't really know much about nature in general. So you can look at the pond itself, try to figure out what's going on with it. You could try to look at the stars. You could try to look at the reflection. You could try to look at the surrounding area. Or you can do something entirely different. It depends on what you think your character would be thinking of at the moment.
I'll probably look in the reflection, look at the stars, look at himself, etc.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you
after
trying to
looking
look for? Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or?
Not particularly.
She's
Dakota's
doing a vibe check.
Yeah, just like a vibe check.
Fair enough, fair enough. In
Might,
that case, we'll go with a general vibe check would probably be perception, I would say.
Yeah.
And Ania's not close enough to see her reflection. She's staying back to look at the stars
Okay.
as a whole.
Okay. So you're kind of stepping back, kind of looking at the stars, looking at the pond itself, kind of seeing the two interact
Yeah.
with one another. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I will work from lowest to highest. So we'll go with Sapphire first. You're trying to look, what was it exactly you're trying to look for again?
Come on. Sorry, it's not letting me click all the time.
Oh, you're good.
Basically, like Dakota, just a vibe check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you and Dakota kind of get the same feeling. This is a really weird environment. You specifically, actually, roll me again, to indicate advantage. So 1d20 plus 5. Okay, fair enough. That was a 12, so your total is 14 still. So you and Dakota both get the same feeling, but in a different way. So you are connected to the Feywild and the general Fey creatures, and this gives you a very similar feeling to the magic you experienced back then. It's a distinct magical flow over you. It's not bad in the slightest. It just feels off to some degree. It does feel safe almost like it's a safeguard, like it's a safe grounds essentially. Dakota, as I said, you feel pretty much the same with one exception. You know this is a safe place, and it does not feel safe for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have something in the back of your mind which feels uncomfortable, and you're not quite sure. It kind of almost feels like your patron's responding to it. That back of your head, that like weird feeling that you get whenever a patron interacts with you or requires something of you. That spot in the back of your skull twinges at this, but something else does too, and you're not quite sure why. It's a safe place. You feel that almost in your bones. It just doesn't feel safe for you, which is very weird juxtaposition. As we go up to Nia, you're looking at the stars, you're looking at the general pool. You also get a weird feeling in the back of your head. It's a weird... How do I describe this? It is a safe haven. You've seen only a couple of these in books in your lifetime. This is a safe haven. It's a weird safe haven that is meant to kind of pull people in to some degree. You've seen it a couple times in Fey books, the Feywild. You've seen it in other places as like a druid circle of sorts. This is where a congregation of druids of the moon would normally gather, that you've heard about in your tales. The stars that you can see shining off of the pool is a weird mixture of a wolf howling, even though it's definitely not the time of year for this. It's a weird, distinct cleansing feeling almost. And it almost feels like, it's a safe haven, but not at the same time. It's once again a strange juxtaposition that flows through your head, as it does for Dakota and to some degree Sapphire as well. But the stars above give you a tale of druids, of the night, of watchers throughout the years and stuff like that. And that's kind of the feeling that you get from this area, is that it's a place for people to gather and watch. And then Rue, what was your one again?
I was seeing how this pool was impacting the environment and whether or not it was basically like a survival check for the environment, what it's doing, how that would impact the human body, I guess.
Yeah, so you and Cyril both look over the area. I believe Gelmar as well was kind of looking over this stuff to some degree. As you guys are looking over it, you guys can see the pool itself is almost disconnected from the area around it. It's clearly, filled up the space that's left there by the hole in the ground, like a natural spring water or something like that. But it doesn't feel 100% like it's there. It's like if you had a bowl and they place a second bowl on top of it and you filled the second bowl, it looks almost like you filled the bottom bowl, but not quite. And that's what you're kind of getting from this pool. It feels like it's natural enough that you look at it for once and you look away and you can say, oh, it was there. But if you look really hard at it, it's separated. It's almost as if it's two planes colliding with one another at the same time. Like the pool water itself shouldn't be here. But weirdly enough to you, Rue, specifically, in the best way possible. You have the most positive connotations to this liquid being here, even though it probably shouldn't.
Would I be able to get like a sense of how my friend is reacting to this? Like if I think like a sense of the faith and everything, how that would react?
Roll me a religion check.
Boy. That's not a good one. That's not the other one. It's
Ooh.
more about the.
Ooh. Ooh.
You have a very strange relation to your friend, your deity, your paleo buddy boo. And you have never really interacted with them before properly, at least not to the best of your strange memory. When you try to kind of get a sense of how they feel towards this, they're gone. You in this space, in this air quotes safe space, in this place which feels in the most positive connotations possible to you, you are completely and utterly and 100% separated from your deity at this exact moment. You have no ability to use cleric powers right now.
Oh, she gives like a
Oh,
little
no.
gasp, and she steps back from the pool area. It's like, friend, friend. Oh, my friend is not. I can't. I should just step back from this area.
May I roll? Oh, go ahead.
Cyril's gonna notice that. Gonna give that like concerned look. Is everything okay?
Can't feel my friend anymore. My connection with them is gone. I cannot share their powers.
That's so.
May Ania roll a history check to see if because she's assuming this is a druid gathering spot. Can I roll a history check to see if I know what druids would be in this area and if they have any connotation with the wolf constellation?
Yes.
Cool. History check. Normal.
Fabulous. You would know there are some druid circles that migrate around here fairly frequently. Usually speaking, most druids don't stay in the same place for too long periods of time. Almost all of them are nomadic. There are a few exceptions to this. Usually dream druids tend to stay in the same places. They tend to be more interested in discovering about the Feywild than they do about the natural world, so they tend to stay in the natural world a little bit more stably. But other druids, wildfire druids, moon druids, stars druids, they tend to move around a lot. Kind of like with birds or other migrations and stuff like that, or even with plants and animals, they tend to migrate around so they can spread it a little bit more and not potentially damage specific ecosystems.
Right.
This one you have heard a couple of times, as I mentioned earlier, that this is almost certainly a moon druid gathering place, and you've heard of them before. Usually, moon druids they gather in a place, and they can be any kind of animals, from wolves to birds to bears, but they usually live in the world. They are more often than not in their animal form than their physical form to the best of their abilities. And they usually prefer being with those animals than they do most of their kind, which is also why druids are very regularly separated from most races, because they just prefer to be part of nature rather than part of society. So for this area, you would know that this is probably a full moon druid gathering area. Because of the connotations of the wolf above you, it's probably focused most heavily on wolf moon druids. This is probably where a lot of them tend to to conjugate and interact with one another, and a lot of moon druids that you've read about, they talk about prophecies, kind of similar to star druids, but they tend to talk about omens and signs and stuff like that with other animals, and they follow those signs, they follow those omens with those animals, and then spread them to each other to kind of further the idea of prophecies around each other. because this is so closely related to nature, because this is pretty much the closest you can possibly get, in your mind at least, to actual Mother Nature or the universe itself, there is no other connection to anything else in this area.
Okay.
Which would explain
And
the divine.
Ania will speak up then.
I believe this is a moon druid gathering spot. They like to have very strong connection to nature. It might be separated from where your friend can reach you.
Is it dangerous?
So this is a good spot, or
It's
I
not a
believe
good
it's a-
spot.
I believe it's I believe it's a little bit like walking in onto someone else's club area.
oh, all right.
The moon druids aren't here right now. They tend to travel around, so this might be one of their spots. It's very interesting. It's so close to the town, though.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Dakota paused for a moment before, kind of like nudging you slightly. It's like, hey, might be a good spot for you to do your star stuff, right?
I'm not really a part of the moon druids. I think it would be a
Oh.
little bit heretical for me to do it here without
Oh.
permission.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with all this druid stuff. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I would be very interested too, but I cannot.
I will say, with the 7 I just rolled, Dakota, do you normally try to feel your connection with your patron, or do you just kind of like not think about it very often?
When I'm in like a spot where like I might think that it might be something I might want to be wary of, like then I kind of look for it, but like on other times I try to kind of ignore it. In this spot I might be thinking about it though. I feel like once I started getting like a sense that this might be a weird spot for the things, I do think I probably like summoned my gun, but I kept it under my poncho, so not to make anybody nervous.
When you go to summon your gun, you don't. It doesn't appear.
See, it's not a good place, but it is a good place.
Yeah. All right then. We should probably hurry on over then. Can't do nothing here. Might be
It feels
we're
too
stepping up.
good.
I agree with leaving quickly.
We should probably head out.
I'm actually gonna get.
Just like shit.
I'm actually gonna get closer to the water.
Okay.
Sir, what's your plan here?
You start to get closer to the water. Do you look in the water?
I do.
Cool. As you look in the water, you slowly kind of lean over, you look directly into the water. You see something you haven't seen in a very, very, very long time. You see what you used to look like. You see your original face.
This better not be something like Lord of the Rings and the marshes.
It helps I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in like a decade, so it is purely by chance.
I only see my face though.
Yeah, as you like, because of your height, you generally like you basically look straight down kind of at yourself, and the rest of the party is behind you. So as you look kind of like straight down, you see your face, and as you like move a little bit further forwards, you see basically what you looked like when you first started being an adventurer.
I haven't seen that.
What?
What'd you say
Nothing.
there, sir?
Nothing. If I reach out and touch the water, like I'm gonna crouch down a little bit, and I'm gonna reach out and touch the water over where my face is.
Does anyone else do anything while he's doing this?
Nia gets a little bit. Oop. Go ahead.
Dakota is like gonna see Cyril's reaction there, and kind of like go like close to water. He's still like wary, but like he glances over to see what he can see in Cyril's reflection before he like just kind of gives a little glance to his own.
Nia
probably-
will.
Sorry, what was that,
probably
Nia?
step up his. Sorry.
Very good.
Nia will get a little bit closer, not close enough to see reflections or anything, just sort of behind Cyril, a couple feet.
Okay. And Gilmore?
Sapphire
Elmar's
wants to
just
get
gonna
closer
step up
too.
and place a hand on his shoulder. Cyril, are you okay?
I'm quite fine. And I'm just. I just want to see what happens if I touch the water and pull my hand.
Okay.
Like if I
we'll get
put
to
my
that
whole hand in and I pull that out.
Okay, we'll do that in just a moment. And Sapphire, you said you were walking closer as well?
Yes.
No, okay. Are you getting close enough to see yourself, or?
I think like Dakota just like glance maybe a little closer, but not
Okay.
close enough to see a full reflection, I guess.
Okay. So as Cyril kind of leans down, he puts his hand near the water, and Dakota moves closer to him. Cyril, you just see Dakota. It's just, you've seen the same face, the same orange dragonborn face you've always seen. Dakota, you see yourself from back when you were younger. And it's a very weird, very unpleasant image to you.
Dakota breathes in sharply before hurriedly walking back.
Sapphire, you have as you peeked over for a second, you would have seen just the barest glimpse of something weird, and then his normal dragonborn face that you saw for maybe a quarter of a second before he backed the fuck up as you peeked over. And then as Cyril kind of moves his hand into the water, Cyril, you get the weirdest feeling that you've ever felt for the last 100-something years. As you reach into the water, it feels like your normal hand. Not stretched, not weird, not crazy. You feel your normal hand again as you put your hand into the water, and as you pull it back out, it goes back to its strange configuration. It doesn't feel bad. It doesn't even feel like it's inviting you in. Like most stories you've heard here, something like this would be like tempting you to force yourself in. It's not doing anything of that. It's a completely neutral party that you can feel, but it's almost like it's a reflection. Almost like it's feeling your story and telling you something about it.
I'm gonna actually set the I'm gonna set the glaive down, and I'm actually gonna step into the pool.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you should be doing that.
I think at this point I'd just incite him, if that's all right.
Yeah. Feel free.
What's that?
I kind of want to incite you at this point.
Oh, looking a
You're
little
more than
deeper.
welcome to. Roll me one.
I get nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Can Dakota take a shot at it? She's like,
Yeah.
Sir, what are you doing? Sir, what's your plan here? I think this place might be a little on the dangerous side. All right, it's a little better.
Slightly, yeah.
Water is the finest I've felt.
Sure.
Ania will approach closer to the pond and be like,
This belongs to the moon druids. I don't think they'll take kindly if you step into it.
I hope they don't mind. It just feels so.
Dakota looks very worried, but doesn't make any movements to get closer to the pool.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay, now I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna look into the pool. Well, now since I'm kind of standing where he just was.
Interesting. Okay. As he starts to wade into the pool, Cyril, you do feel you feel as you walk into the pool, everywhere that the water is touching, it feels like it used to. So many, many, many decades ago. It feels like it was. Almost. As you look into the pool, Gelmar, you also see yourself. A long, long time ago. See yourself for who you used to be, and in theory, who you are. How you define that to you is up to you. But as you look in there, you essentially see what you would say is who you are. What you kind of internalize as yourself to some degree. Ania, are you close enough to look at yourself, or are you staying back a little bit?
Ania is approaching to the edge. She has not
Mhm.
quite tried to look at herself. Her eyes are on Cyril. But if
Okay.
she would catch a glimpse anyway, then that is fine.
With your passive perception, roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay.
Ania doesn't catch glimpses. She just sees all.
I see all.
She sees 360 degrees.
Okay. Da.
Wow.
God
You
dang.
weren't joking?
She cuts through.
Whoa.
I
You
was not
sleeping on the
joking.
Good
veil.
lord. You, unlike everyone else, they've taken glances at themselves to some degree, and for them, they aren't quite sure what it means exactly, especially Dakota, especially Cyril, more so Gelmar, but, they aren't quite sure what it means. It might be your past, or it might be your, air quote, true self. However you see yourself, which I imagine would be kind of how Cyril sees himself in this case. The desire, I suppose, in your heart. So as you look over into the pool, that is what you know you're seeing. You are seeing what you define as your truest self. The self that you kind of hide behind bars, whatever those bars may be, is whatever you define yourself as deep down. However deep, however hard you push itself away, whether you're an adventurer who wants to be a good person, or whether or not you're a good person who desperately is trying not to be an evil, heart-wrenching, demolishing demon, whatever you are internalizing as you, as the truest you, is what you see in this pool. And you catch that glimpse for a second while you're looking at him. Whether or not you hard look at it is up to you.
Okay. Do I notice anything about Cyril before I react to this?
With that, let me do a check real quick. Yes. As you look down at yourself and you start to realize what you're looking at exactly, you look up a little bit. You know, you look down a little bit, you look up a little bit back at Cyril, and you see what he sees in the reflection. You see who he used to be. You see him without his armor. You see him in his general traveling clothes when he was a young lad starting his journey for the first time. And more than that, you see through his body language and from the image you're seeing in the pool, he's smiling. A very bright, happy, old smile.
All right. Ania, upon approaching and like looking down at the lake briefly, leaps back like a frightened cat a good few feet, and then upon landing, backpedals even more.
Rue is like way in the back. She hasn't stepped up at all toward the
Wait,
plate.
Sin.
I was like, oh, we're
Since you just
here
rolled
again.
a natural 20, how many of the reflections did you just see?
That's a good question, actually.
I see all.
How Alright, the question is not how many did she see. The question is, would she have looked to the side before or after she had looked at herself? That's the question.
She would not have. She was mostly looking at Cyril, and upon noticing her own reflection, she would have leapt back. No curiosity there, just getting the heck out.
Alright, so you would not have seen
Fair
any
enough.
of their other reflections.
Fair
Only
enough.
Cyril's.
I think Gilmore probably would have wound up with a similar state when he noticed that he can see what somebody else's reflection is as well. He's probably getting out of there.
Now, what did Dakota gain from his insight check?
From to Cyril? Yeah, Cyril, that's a good question. With a 10 insight to you, what do you show? Do you look really happy? Do you are you concerned? Are you does it look like you're safe?
Oh, I mean, I feel safe. Feel you can tell that what's drawing me in is something I've been chasing for a long time.
Okay. Dakota will have noticed Ania jumping back and Galmar kind of stepping back. And he'll look over to Ania and just be like, Ania, this good or bad?
Ania will take a moment to recover, and she'll look at Dakota, and she might have a weird expression. It's panicked happiness. But she will talk to Dakota
I do not know how the druids will react to someone actually being in the pond. I do not think it is directly harmful, though. I think Cyril is doing it of his own accord. I do not think he is influenced in any way.
So,
Are you certain? I've never seen him like this before.
yeah, it's kind of unnerving me a little bit.
The pond has properties that reflect how do I put this? I believe it has the abilities to reflect what one sees oneself as in their mind's eye. I am not sure what Cyril sees, despite the fact she did see it. She says that she does not. But I do not know what Cyril sees. But I believe it's making him very happy.
And right as she says that, I dip my whole body into the water.
Ah. Sister Dakota
Incredible. Game I was about to ask about that.
Yeah. Dakota just looks so unnerved.
Alright. So you slide your whole body into the pool. You are how should I put this? This is the best you have ever felt since the day that what happened to you happened. This is by and far the best you've ever felt since that time. You feel like yourself again. You feel like you are you for the first time in so very, very long. As you kind of feel yourself kind of in the water, kind of feeling it wash over you, essentially. You're still wearing, by the way, your full outfit. But as you're in the water, as you sink yourself down, as it flows over you, you do feel kind of like you're back in the old days. And you have a very distinct memory of a long time ago where you are walking through Harmonious Haven and you are getting tiny trinkets for, whoever, and interacting with various villagers who talk with you with a happy smile. They don't fear you. They don't see you as anyone different than you are. You're just a natural another passerby that is just walking, and is the most peaceful you've ever felt, is the happiest you've ever felt. And honestly, you do not want to leave. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh.
Good thing I got a 10 in wisdom.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Part of me is up in the headspace of if he stays down there too long, Gilmore is saying, "Screw it, I'm coming in there to get him out."
Oh.
There you go.
Ooh. Okay.
You do not want to leave, but you do hear your teammates.
Sir.
You do hear them standing there in your head. You can kind of see them. You can see Sapphire standing there, probably with her arms crossed and a concerned look on her face. You can see Rue way in the back, kind of not even wanting to get close, but still very concerned about you. You see Dakota actively like kind of trying to talk to you. Gilmore, who's kind of like preparing to dive in, and Nia, who jumped back, and you feel it go through you, and you can feel yourself starting to go back to normal inside of the pool. You can feel it starting to fade a little bit. You know right now you can choose to hold on to it, and you will not leave this pool. It would literally take a force of God to move you from this pool if you decide to stay in here. You will literally drown yourself if you choose to stay in here, and you know that. So you get to choose right now, do you want to stay in this pool?
There's too much to do. We'll come back to this. And he stands up out of the water, shakes it off, and just kind of wordlessly just stalks out of the pool, picks up his weapon, and goes back to the cart.
As you stand up out of the pool, you can feel the water washing off of you, except that it's not on you. Your clothes are not wet in the slightest. Your armor is not wet in the slightest. As you look down, you don't see your old self anymore. You see you. But not in a bad way. It's not, it's disappointing to you, for sure, that it is no longer the old you. But you look down, and you know this is you. And you head back to the cart.
Once Cyril gets a little bit of a distance from the pool, Nia will sort of shadow him by his side. Quietly. No words.
Mm-hmm.
Sapphire turns and follows too.
Mhm. Dakota looks over at like the things, kind of glances over to the people who's heading back, glances over to Galmar's. All right, well, we should probably head back too, huh?
Agreed.
Unless you're gonna try to dive into the pool as well.
Let me put it this way: if I ever see another one of these, it'll be too soon. He says, turning around and going towards the cart.
Can't say I don't feel the same. Heads back too.
Let's definitely get to move on. She's already like all the way over there. Where are we going?
He's like hopping at the cart.
As you guys get about 60 or so feet from the pool, you guys are walking, and suddenly, Rue, you can feel that divine essence through you again. That connection is reestablished, and you can literally feel almost like a warm hug being given to you. Dakota, you summon your gun in your hand. It just kind of appears in your hand. It is not a warm hug. It is not a good feeling. It is a very unpleasant feeling. It is arguably one of the most unpleasant feelings you've had for a long time, as it just kind of digs in the back of your head for a second before fading.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, friend, I missed you so. The two different reactions.
And then
Dakota's patron just gave him the biggest harumph ever.
the
How
biggest
dare
middle
you.
finger right next to just a gentle hug.
Oh, I saved this pastry because I was thinking about you. I ring the bell and give it to him. Oh, goodness.
See, Dakota's just like muttering at the gun, just like, yeah, I bet you would have liked me to stay in there, wouldn't you?
God. If anyone looks behind them, the pool's gone. Where it
Ania-
was. Huh?
Ania totally did.
Yeah. Where it was is just a space, a path through the forest again. The pond itself seems to have disappeared somehow. You vaguely heard of things like that, where a lot of druids, especially moon druids, because they have a passion for this, will make certain areas that you can really only access in specific ways or by accident. And oftentimes they move and they wander and they flow, just like nature does. So that was probably what happened there, is that it just moved.
Got it.
Yeah, the rest of you guys get into the cart, and well, how do you all feel about it?
Bad.
Fabulous.
Just as he's passing by Ania. If all druid circles are capable of doing that, or something of that equivalent, how on earth have you not? You know what? Never mind. It's none of my business. He just says as getting into the cart.
No, you can tell me. I'm curious now. You did this to yourself.
Whoa.
Above game, I'm literally struggling thinking up the right words myself.
I get that.
He chooses the ... option.
Ania will continue being like,
Just poking him.
Hey, hey.
no.
Hey, listen. My druids, or the druid circle I come from, is of the stars. That pool belongs to moon druids. They're very nomadic, and not all druid circles have pools.
Indeed. What do yours have?
Shen, what do I have?
Usually you guys go into, not quite
Hot tub
temples.
party.
Huh?
Hot tub party.
Oh, like observatories?
Yeah, you guys go
Makes
into
sense.
small spaces which are small what's the word? Small structures that your circles usually build, usually out of a firmer substance like stone or something, to just kind of like leave your mark, so to speak. Like all the stars have left their mark. This is your way of connecting to them through something metaphysical. So it's usually a small structure that you guys get into, and then they use a lot of the raw manipulation of mana itself rather than magic, but the raw manipulation of mana to actually enhance the view above them, basically making it into more or less an observatory for them to have a closer look at the stars themselves. And then this closer look, this closer connection to the stars often opens up the ability for the stars to quite literally guide your circles.
All right.
Star druids will usually build small, I wouldn't say ruins. They're small structures and such in order to more easily view the stars. We usually pick very clear areas of the sky or very high up areas because those are also very clear. And we will use those to observe the stars, and usually it's just so gorgeous. No pools though.
Do
I
any
don't
of your
know.
creations do something like that, though? Or at least on that caliber?
I'm going to assume that usually they're more for guiding and a little bit of omen stuff, but not quite like the moon druids do.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
It's
to
very
say
much
that we were
guiding.
using it? Who's to say we were using it in the correct way? We just kind of bluntly went into that water. If someone gives you a cup of juice and you start choking on it, is that their fault or yours?
That's very true.
Such a
Sure
good
hope I was
analogy.
just using it wrong.
So it could be possible.
Whether
Yeah.
I was or,
Usually, go ahead.
whether I was or wasn't, that showed me a side of myself I'm not quite ready to tell anyone about.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the stars druids will use their structures to see what the stars have to tell us. Usually there can be whole stories or hidden meanings. I believe the stars are one of our last connections to deities other than clerics like Miss Rue.
However wrong it might have been, felt so
Just be careful on the trail ahead, Cyril. We could use more friends than we could use enemies.
It would turn you into an enemy.
Not quite what I meant, but fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's try not choking on any juice anyone gives us.
Alright. So the group
Cyril,
kind of
while the group's traveling right now, Cyril's kind of just muttering to himself in Primordial again.
Ania will be sticking near Cyril, just sort of like silent backup.
For the sake of things, I'm just gonna throw a blanket over his back.
Like
Aww.
a blanket over the bird cage. Calm down.
He's just kind of sitting hunched over on the back of the carriage, trying to fit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyone else gonna do anything, or
Dakota will just like lean back like in the carriage. He kind of like throws his gun up in the air and it just kind of melts like into shadow while he just like stares out into the distance.
Oh, Ania will try to perk the mood up slightly. She would take out 4 bottles from her pack and will be.
I've managed to put together 4 potions of healing. If anyone would like them, they're free to have 1 or 2.
Dakota shrugs. I mean, I'll take one. I'm feeling pretty good, all right, but like right now. But oh, it's nice to be prepared.
For
I'll
the future.
take one as well.
Thank you kindly, miss.
All
Is
right.
this what
She
you
will
were
give.
Is this what you were working on late into the night? It's that's taking a look.
Yes, the herbs me and Rue gathered, I was making them into potions the last few nights.
And she'll give 1 to Dakota and 1 health potion to Sapphire. And she'll have 2 left she's offering to anyone who wants them.
Good job, Rue
Thank
says,
you.
but she's not going to take anything.
Above game, I am tempted, but I don't think. I'm not certain if Gelmar would go for it.
She will go ahead and offer 1 to Cyril silently, not insisting, but she will offer the 4th one to Rue, purposefully saying,
Are you sure? You did help me gather the herbs after all. It's only right you can get one.
Well, then, I guess I will not turn it away. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Oh, no. And she takes
So-
it.
Mhm.
And does Cyril accept the silently offered one?
I think it breaks him out of his reverie for a minute. He sees it next to him, and he's just, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
You're
I'm
very
sorry.
welcome.
Oh, so like I'm sorry, not accepting it.
Oh no! He accepts it. He just he's apologizing for
Mm-hmm. Got it.
not even really sure what he's apologizing for. Just being non-responsive, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Nothing to be sorry for.
So Cyril gets one too.
Imagine like a moment of silence there because just like it's kind of crazy, having friends. Don't think I've had those in a bit, but just nice.
I could imagine it does feel very blessed.
Well, it's
Nia
one
will
word
say
for
nothing.
Hmm?
Nia does not respond.
it.
Can I search for more herbs?
For a roll nature check.
Survival.
Oh, survival.
Please.
Yep, sorry.
Please. I'm like, please.
Keep
Begging.
forgetting which one I put there because I forget survival's a thing.
No worries. I was just begging for.
Are Nia and Rue gonna enter like a favor battle?
For
You-
favor for what?
You gave me shit, here's some more shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
no.
what?
Oh true. Like, oh no, I couldn't take this. I couldn't take this. Oh no.
No, it's like when like two neighbors and their moms, like one gives apples, one gives a pie. They give like juice. They just keep
Right.
gifting each other things.
Oh, true. That's like then like, thank you so much. Then I actually have this. Here you go. And I'm gonna hold out the herbs that I find and give back to them when I
Nice.
come back.
Be about 2 bundles.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. I was like, oh, here you are. Thank you.
Well,
And
thank you.
specifically, they are healing potion bundles. They're in the just general forest. It's the most common type of bundle that you'll naturally search for. The rest of them are a little bit more specific to find. A little bit harder. But yeah, you guys travel for a little bit. Dakota musing on the idea of having friends, and everyone else being like,
Friends.
Some of them are so awkward, but Ruth like gives thumbs up. Oh yes.
Rue's just being the kind. Everyone's like, what do we say? But it takes a little bit, but the carriage the carriage ride is rather quiet for the most part, and eventually, as you guys are going down, the sun starts to rise in the next couple of hours or so that you guys are journeying. Fluffy is a very just determined horse, and honestly, Fluffy doesn't even seem bothered by long day-to-day walks, even while pulling the cart and stuff. In fact, I don't think any one of you have ever seen Fluffy complain about literally any part of the journey. They've just walked, they've drank, they've walked, and just that's it. They're a very simple-minded horse, it seems. And but you guys eventually can see the town on the horizon as you guys are coming in, which I will pull up for you guys right here. You guys coming in from the south. But you guys are coming in, and the sun is slowly starting to rise. just kind of laying a nice shimmer of daylight all over the entire field. You guys have all been awake for a little while, but honestly, it feels good to just kind of get to the town and see what's going on, where everything is. None of it seems to have been damaged so far, so you guys have gotten here clearly before any combat or anything has arisen. No one no houses are burning, no place has been pillaged or anything. It just looks like a nice little town. There's from what you guys can see to the, let's go with, never eats our way to the west of the town, to the left, is a small field, mostly full of grains. You guys are in summer, so it's probably close to harvesting season, if I recall correctly. That's when you do wheat harvesting. I've never done wheat harvesting, so take that with a grain of salt. But you guys are at the end of summer, so it's probably near that time. But you guys do see a bunch of animals as well near that field, a little bit over there. As you guys walk into the town, it's a very small town, probably a population of like 30, 40 people. One main inn that's over here, probably not even large enough to count for a guild hall or anything like that, probably why they have to keep sending messages back and forth, but there's what would equivalently be a letter system in the area, like a mail area. And then, of course, a couple of general houses and what looks like a general shop as you walk in. As you guys kind of ride in the carriage into town, you guys see a wonderful pool of water, which looks like a normal pool of water this time.
Just the moment he sees it, before he recognizes it's normal, he just leans further away.
Absolutely leaning over to look in.
More pools?
Ooh.
It is summer.
Dakota
real-
just sighs.
Real
Dakota
quick.
just sighs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to pick different spells because we've long rested, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And so you guys get into town, and this house specifically, right there, I will make a name, which will be called Sheriff House. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and make that 80. Okay, or you can take away my tax. That's fine too. Sheriff House. There we go.
Oh.
There we go.
Boosh.
I see.
It's slightly too low and it's pissing me off. God damn it. On. Stop being so low. There we go. But that's the sheriff's house. You mostly designate this as sheriff house because there's a single sign which has the same general frame as a shield that's hanging on the side of the house, and it just has a giant like star marking, kind of like one of those bounty stars that you guys see in like westerns and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially the same kind of symbol that is used in this world for general bounty missions and stuff, and that's just plastered onto this hanging shield. It's actually a wooden sign, but shaped like a shield, and it's just kind of flapping in the wind back and forth.
Hmm. Think
Looks
that
like we
might be
made
our
it here safely.
destination. Yeah.
Was that
I
real?
think it would be best if we. I think it might be best if we leave the cart over at the inn.
Mm.
Seems as
Fluffy
good
needs to
plan
get
as
a
any.
good meal.
Mhm.
Yes, these are on sacks. That is for certain.
While we're going through, I do want to make a perception check on the general mood of the town. Are there people milling about doing everything?
Oh, true. Good idea.
Yeah. Roll perception.
Okay.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Tumbleweeds.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
And I'll use this her perception as a general perception for the group.
Good.
Damn.
That's fine.
I mean, we could just run on a group perception where we just all roll and then just decide if as a group we we succeed based on how many people do it.
Oh yeah, group checks.
That's a good point. Feel free to roll. All right.
I'm sorry I asked.
Your participation was noted.
And thanks to Gilmore.
Maybe this is a bad idea.
Things get worse.
No, come on. Don't make me the one that this whole thing relies on.
Sapphire, if you want to roll a perception check as well. All right, cool.
Making my eyes see
I'm gonna
worse.
check if I've got guidance.
Yeah, it's all down to whether or not
That's a
Cyril does
lovely
it.
6. You know, I'm so glad you guys decided to ask that.
I'm so sorry.
You're distracting my eyes. My special eyes.
He starts humming and tapping, and I can't listen anyway.
God.
They just
Oh
oh, they just
This
break
was
out
a
in
bad
song. They're starting to sing. It sounds like Beauty and the Beast. Wait, no.
It just got worse. Like it just continuously got worse.
They're saying bonjour, bonjour.
What can I say? I am so sorry.
Chaotic luck coming in clutch.
Let's just all rely on Ania's veil perceiving eyes from now on.
My special eyes.
So you guys are heading to town. You're kind of starting to look around the area. The first thing you guys notice, Fluffy's kind of hungry. Yeah, little bit hungry. They haven't eaten for a little while, and that you kind of look at some of the people milling about, and then you look back at Fluffy, and you're like, I should feed you. What do you eat? And then Rue and Ania are the only people who like really kind of look at the general surroundings, but everyone starts talking about Fluffy's diet and whether or not they're having a proper diet, and whether or not it's, you know, because Fluffy's been good, and you know that's you gotta take care of it.
Cyril just takes Fluffy and starts walking him over to the inn. Don't worry, I'll take care of this.
The Rue and Ania, though, as you guys are kind of walking, you get distracted by that a little bit. But as you look around, most people are surprised that there's a whole ass carriage coming into the town, of course. You pretty much increase their town size by a sixth by just walking into the town. But most of them are seemingly friendly folk. Most of them kind of have their hands clenched a little bit from what Ania can see. Most of them are farmers. Almost everyone in here is a farmer. And then Rue, I would say actually you would feel kind of like they're not liking your presence that much. But it fades as quickly as you think about it. Like you kind of just forget as you look around. You're like, oh, they don't seem to like me that much.
Oh,
Do they?
even
Wait.
like that's why I'm like speaking up and being like, "Oh, how's the harvest? It must be nice and golden rays out there." Like speaking just like as a farmer herself and stuff. They're generally not happy with me.
Yeah, no, not really.
I am one of you.
Yeah, you kind of you start talking about, you know, the harvest and the farmer stuff, and a couple of them kind of interact with you and you know talk about the harvest a little bit, but most of them are kind of on edge. And as your crew kind of moves towards the inn, they start moving back towards their house, and you hear a couple doors slam and a couple windows close, and the town kind of gets quiet as you guys walk in.
I do have a question.
Uh-huh.
So this town's supposed to be the main place the Harmonious Haven gets all its food from. Would my knowledge, like, is that normal for a town this size? Compared to Harmonious
this
Haven?
size, not really. This is where they get most their beef, most their chicken, as well as their eggs and their milk. They have a couple other food sources too. A lot of people on the outskirts tend to hunt wherever and whenever they can. In terms of the main food supply, this is probably like a fifth of their full food supply, but they're the sole producers of cows and chickens and byproducts and stuff like that, which is not normal in Europe to from what you've read a lot. Usually they would want at least two, but especially with what you've read about the last couple years of drought and last couple decades have been kind of hard for farmers and agriculture people and stuff like that. It's been really hard for towns to build, and then especially with orcs and raiders, and especially there's a bandit camp that you know of, which was mentioned in the book actually, but I don't think I mentioned it last episode. There is a bandit camp that is to the north of the Elysian Glade. They are ruled by someone named King Roderick. He is a human. The group of raiders is specifically called the Crimson Talons, and they have been pretty much soaring in activity as of late for some unknown reason. Same with the orcs. And as of the last 2 decades, it's been making it really hard for people to set up villages. Either they'll get attacked, or supply line will be cut off, or, the village itself will be broken down, usually without too much murder, but a lot of times there are a lot of casualties. But it tends to be that it kind of moves away from the casualties for whatever reason. But it is very weird that there's only one town that has this much food importance for a place as big as Harmonious Haven.
Got it.
And stranger yet, why do they act like they don't like us? Don't adventurers mostly eat everything that they produce? Are we the bad guys? What's going on?
Above game, I assume basically everyone else followed Cyril to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Rue just talking to Ania?
To be
I would
fair,
assume, yeah.
to be fair, I'm kind of used to this sort of welcome, so I'm not entirely sure if it's just me or if this is normal.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're all more or less walking to the inn as after Rue started talking with a couple, they just kind of started moving away, and so she started walking with the rest of the group. So you're all walking to the inn at the moment with Fluffy while she's talking.
They are expecting trouble. They probably don't even know where the adventure's sent to help yet.
Mhm.
Perhaps. Well, who knows? Perhaps I think the haven's taking too much.
Yeah.
Who can say?
And to be fair, we're not exactly the least unsettling adventurers that could have wandered on in.
Is this true? All of us have such friendly faces? She says with a smile.
Well, I mean, you're a sweetheart, okay?
Oh, same to you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Anyways, right? Yeah.
Trying so hard not to comment on her scar.
It's just there. The hyperfiction is like her looking down at her nose with her eyes wide, like that really weird shot.
You're a sweetheart is definitely Dakota's bless your heart.
Oh, bless her. Oh, bless her. Yeah.
Bless your heart, child. So goddamn sweet, but Jesus.
That aloe vera ain't helping.
Above game, I'm pretty sure aloe vera technically only helps with burns anyway.
Ah, crap. What do they know, right?
Give CPR. It's a goddamn head wound. I need to do CPR.
Reward CPR. Oh no.
Oh, but yeah, so you guys kind of walk to the inn. As you guys do so, like you walk in, pretty much as you get in, it's most of the inns are shaped and formed pretty much the same way as every other one, on purpose because they want to have a consistent experience for most adventurers walking between areas, to make adventurers' lives a little bit easier. So it's the same kind of wood flooring, a couple stone bits and pieces every now and again, and brick and mortar and stuff like that along the walls. The bartender is a human, and he kind of looks at you guys, and He's just an average build, average height guy. He has jet black hair and probably mid-20s, I would say. As you guys walk in, most of the patrons get up and walk out.
And Nia says nothing and scoots to the side to allow them to leave. She gives a little friendly little bow.
None of
we're
them
just
really.
watching confused.
None of them really acknowledge you as they walk out.
Well, hi to you folks too.
Cyril's
That was
entirely
rude.
just walks straight to the. He just walks straight to the innkeeper with the official letter from the Adventurers Guild.
Another group of adventurers, eh? Yeah, you've seen a sheriff's house here.
We've seen it. What do you mean, nothing?
Adventurers come by, back and forth, back and forth. Have folks coming over every now and again, trying to make sure we don't all die. Mostly it just involves you folk coming in and stirring up some kind of trouble and then walking out, and we gotta fix up where the fucking shit y'all break.
I suppose that explains the cold welcome.
Ain't no folk here really welcome of adventurer types. Sheriff's only exception to the rule.
Out of curiosity, what exactly did the last ones break?
Well, they got into a real bad fight with a couple of bandits that came by. Those Crimson Talon folk. And, well, if you look over to the east, there's a house there that we're repairing. They broke the entire fucking thing. And it's made of stone.
Impressive.
Yeah, one was a dragonborn like you folk. Although I don't say I've ever seen your scale colors before, but that son of a bitch was a, oh, what the fuck color was he? I don't even fucking know at this point. I think he was a, out of character? What the fuck are the colors? Huh?
There's a total of 15 options. 5 of metallic scale colors, 5 of gem colors, and 5 chromatic.
And that's not including all the wild shit from way back when Dragon Magazine used to be a thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you chromatics because I'd imagine those are the most common.
Yeah.
Oh, metallics?
Yeah, is metallics the ones under Tiamat?
No.
No, the chromatic are the one, are
Okay.
technically the true dragons under Tiamat. Those would be red, blue, green, black, or white.
I was thinking blue
Assuming
was
you're
one of
doing
those
a direct
colors.
comparison.
Okay. Yeah, he'd be like, one of those sons of bitches was a blue dragonborn. He had this, he kind of looks at, Gilmore for a second. That shit on your back, that gray axe, he had one that was pretty much the same as that shit. He took it through the house.
Really? I made this one custom, though. How on earth did he get that?
I've never seen someone take a sharp weapon to a stone and cut the stone before, but he damn near sliced that house in half.
Why did he do it?
They were fighting with a couple of bandits and he missed the bandit.
Are the bandits dead?
Well, after he missed, he bit off its arm.
He bit the bandit's arm off?
Yeah, and beat the bandit to death with his own arm, using his teeth.
Are you sure that wasn't a lizard folk?
Oh, it was a dragonborn. A very, very savage son of a bitch. They say they were heroes and all that shit, but they couldn't care less about the goddamn collateral damage they did to us.
We were told.
Go ahead.
Well, we'll be sure to be more careful. I don't think any of us are able to cut stone in half like that.
We were told specifically to do this non-violently if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Diplomatically.
Fantastic. Tell that to whoever sons of bitches you're gonna be fighting with.
Do you know anything about them?
Not really. We've heard rumors every now and again. There's some folks that are coming up from the north or from the south, but It's all rumors, all fair say, all around. We don't hear too much. We know there's a bandit party a little bit to the east. They hold up inside of a watchtower over there, long ago since abandoned. But they haven't done us no problem for the last couple days. We ain't doing them no problems. You want to get to them faster than they'll get to us, feel free to go there. Sheriff probably points you in the same damn direction.
Hmm.
I appreciate the advice. I believe we should probably be getting out of your way as quickly as we can.
I prefer that. You're ruining my business.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you kindly. Fair as thee, sir.
He
I'm gonna toss him a
shrugs.
silver on the way out the door.
He catches it in his hand. He just kind of pockets it. His expression, by the way, has stayed consistently a fuck you expression this entire time. It does not change.
I'll tip
I
my
could
hat
feel it.
politely.
Was that Cyril?
Hope your business goes well.
I could feel the expression.
Yeah. You all exit the inn, and most of the patrons go back in. There's a very sweet lady who walks up to you. She's even shorter than Rue is. She's probably like 4'9". Like, she's real short. Human though. Most of the people in this town seem to be human for some reason. You've seen one half elf in the group of folks going back into the inn, but this is just really short human lady. She walks up to Cyril, actually, looking, just like, craning her fucking head back like a goddamn spider. She looks up and she goes, "Hi, do you need housing for your horse?"
Yes, I do. Where exactly can I leave him?
Oh, I take care of them whenever a new adventure comes in. She gestures to the house that is like fucking 5 feet away from your entire group. This is the stables that we use for all the adventures. We don't have a whole lot at the moment. We only have like 1 or 2 horses in there. But I can take your horse in there. I can have them meet the others, and then your carriage I can put in there as well. We have a lot of space in there right now.
That would be outstanding. Thank you. And I pull I'm not even going to ask her what it costs. I'm going to pull like 5 silver and I'm going to hand all 5 to her.
While he's doing that, can I roll insight on the little old lady?
Sure. She's actually probably
Or-
about 30.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. As you give her the money, she kind of blushes a little bit. She's like, "Oh, you pay double? What's
Okay.
worth?"
He's a big horse. A little extra hay, please.
His name is Fluffy.
Oh, okay, I'll take care of Fluffy. Rue, as you're insighting her, you can tell she's very genuine. She's the only person you guys have encountered so far that has a legitimate air of, "I'm gonna treat you nicely." She's the only person you guys have met that has just been genuinely nice and wants to help, it seems. And she just kind of takes the horse, and she's quite a bit smaller than the horse, but she gently takes the horse, and she's clearly has a lot of experience with them, as she kind of taps its neck and starts moving it into the area. And yeah, just very nice.
Rue will speak up and just like smiling at her, just like, "Oh, what a nice person."
You like her.
Oh, I sense no negativity from her towards us.
That's good. That's very good. I suppose we should go and see the sheriff. If the innkeeper and the rest of the town are any indication, this should be quite the conversation.
Oh, I'll make sure to take notes.
Okay, so you all head to the sheriff's house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. You guys walk in there, and it's honestly it's a very nice area. there is a single iron barred jail cell on the far back right wall of the area. It looks like it's not only his house, but it looks like it's an impromptu cell holding area. And as you guys walk in, the distinct smell of cigar smoke wastes into all of you like a fucking wall as it like slams into you. The moment the door is open, it just wafts out like it's like a house on fire practically. Just cigar smoke instead of burning smoke. But you guys walk in and ignoring the throat burning smell, you see him. This is a bronze dragonborn, probably about 7 feet tall, maybe 6'8". He has both boots on a very nice wooden desk in front of him as he's leaning back on a chair. He has a cowboy hat, 10-gallon cowboy hat sitting over his head, and he has a weird like vest that sits on him, and I'll post a picture here in a second. Do 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 do. There you go. There you go. So he has a breastplate of golden armor on him, but he has a weird vest that kind of covers a part of it as well. It seems to be meant to be showy rather than actually practical, and it has that same badge symbol on that fabric. He has a sword that's just leaning on the wooden desk, as well as a crossbow that's leaning against his chair. And as he's leaning back, he has his hat over his eyes and a lit cigar out of his mouth. And it almost seems like he's sleeping while smoking.
Dakota, weirdly enough, smiles at the look of this gent. Kind of walks over and it's just like, good sir?
He kind of like tips the hat up a little bit to look at you. He has piercing green eyes that like are deep set into his skull as he looks up, and he grabs his cigar out of his mouth and goes, "Yeah, what can I do you for?"
Well, hello there, sir. My name is Dakota Ryder. Me and my good friends over here were we were sent here from the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
Cyril, you got the letter thing?
Yes, and I bring the letter. I go up to the desk and I slide the letter across.
As he does that, can I make a insight on his reaction to the adventurers and us?
Sure. With the 16, I will say you will notice that his reaction to Dakota specifically vastly different from the rest of you. As Dakota kind of says his name and he gestures to Cyril, the guy kind of like puts his cigar back in his mouth and he goes, "Yeah, I kind of figured from the outfit, but the venturing hall." He kind of picks up the thing, kind of raises it to the open window, which is more just a hole in the wall than is a proper window. He's like, yeah. Fucking ventures. What can I do you for? Aside from, I guess, venturing.
Actually, it's more what we can do for you, apparently.
Town's been kind of quiet the last couple days. A couple weeks back, we had a folk coming through and broke one of our buildings. That was kind of a bitch and a half to deal with. Was it a few weeks? Was it a few months? I don't know, fucking time. But I hear rumors every now and again. What you find folks looking for exactly? I mean, there ain't much we can do in the small podunk town of his.
The guild at Harmonious Haven said that there were rumors of an attack going to be coming on soon. Is that not the same information you have?
We have rumors of attacks every couple of damn days. I usually deal with them if they need me to. He kind of grabs the crossbow that was leaning against his chair as he sits forwards, his chair hitting the ground, and he puts the crossbow on the desk, and he goes, "Ain't no one ready to mess with me in my town if I can help it. So little punks like those of the fucking Crimson Towns, they know to stay out of my way. But a couple rumors of them pulling up their little britches and then wanting to come over here, I'll shoot them full of holes or I'll slash the shit out of them. They want to make a mess of my town."
Mm-hmm.
And what about if, for some reason,
If what?
What about if, for some reason, they decide to make a full-scale attack on the town?
And they're stupider than my mama's left nut. Probably won't do the town too good though. But I can't imagine they have too many folks up in that tower out there. Yeah, you folks are here, you might as well. I mean, I ain't got too much for you in this town. No one in this town really wants your kind around here. Though I will say, nice outfit, kid. But, you all want to do something with the money you're getting? Feel free to go and visit. There's and y'all have a map on you.
Do we?
I would assume someone does.
I would assume we. I don't know how we get here otherwise.
Yeah. I assume Ania or Sapphire would have a map on them.
Probably Sapphire. Sapphire's the ranger.
I never discussed items, but yeah, sure, I'm that.
Cool. You
Would be one of them.
you place them out there. It's like, all right, well, right here is where we are. It kind of points to the general thing. If you go a little bit, maybe an hour, 2 hours to the east over there, you'll see there's a little watchtower over there. You know your history well. You'll know this was a famous watchtower. I don't know my history very fucking well, and I don't give a shit if you do. But if you go to this watchtower, there'll be a couple of folks over there. We saw them run in there, maybe 6, maybe 7 people walking in there a couple days ago. They haven't walked out. But we also don't have sentries over there 24/7 because we ain't fucking all rich and prissy like those high elf sons of bitches down south. Yeah. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, right. We ain't high and prissy and shit like them, so we don't really have sentries 24/7. So ain't shit we can do about watching them all the time. He kind of takes out his cigar and blows it out. Whoever's standing probably directly in front of him would probably just get hit by a wave of cigar smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But if y'all want to go check out that place, I'm sure you can find something to twiddle your thumbs with while you're here.
How big is the watchtower? Does it have like an underground section?
I don't know my history, girl.
History check.
Feel free. Very nice, very nice. So you would know that this watchtower he's talking about is rather famous, at least in the general surrounding area. It used to be part of a castle until the castle was burned to slag. No one really knows how it was burned. Some say maybe dragons, some say people just broke it down over time and the watchtower is the only thing left. But generally speaking, most people are just like, it broke and, nature took over. It's decently large. It's probably several rooms large. There's might be some old storage areas in there or a small library area or something. Usually, maybe a mess hall, but all of it's going to be old as shit.
All right, got it.
Oh, I think I know this one. This is a watchtower that used to belong to a castle back in the day, but I think the watchtower part is all that's really left of it. Considering it's part of a castle, it might very well have an underground section.
Would explain why people going in but not out?
I don't know if that explains that part.
Oh.
Sheriff just kind of shrugs. I don't really give two shits if you find anyone or anything in there. We don't need to do anything over there. We like our little town as is. So if you can, if you want to go over there, twirl your thumbs, walk out of my fucking town, then feel free to do so. Anything in there, feel free to pillage. I don't give two shits, and I can guarantee no one in this town does. You stay out of our hair, we'll stay out of yours, and you go back and you tell your guild you did a fancy-go-lucky job, and we'll sing your praises from here, Timbuktu.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah, yeah. You get paid, we don't deal with you. Win-win.
Ah.
I'm starting to put the dots together as to why adventurers keep being needed out there. I just walk out the door.
Yeah. Rune will give like a little hand wave. Bye, and she's gonna walk out.
Yeah, you're right on that, good sir. And might I say, it is very nice to see another determined cowboy around here. You don't see many of those.
Well, you gotta be a fan if you're gonna get into this lifestyle. You know, you ain't got that sig, but I respect it. You know, I ain't never seen someone with an outfit quite good as yours, but I respect it. I respect pretty good, detailed to the finest. It's pretty impressive.
Well, I was inspired by the finest, you know?
Ain't no one usually willing to live the life, but I mean, dedicate yourself to the life and you live it well. You get in my town again, I'll shoot you.
Of course, good sir.
Thanks for the hospitality. Bye.
Yeah. You notice that as Cyril had walked out, he had put his hand on his crossbow. Back, cool. And so you all walk out.
Yeah, Sakota just walks out of there, just kind of like smiling a little bit, happier than you usually seems. What a nice gent.
I think he was fond of you.
Yeah.
I think I'm a few pages behind. If they didn't request assistance, then how did we get this job?
You know, that's kind of fair, actually. I didn't think about that.
It's
The
an
lady at the-
important outpost.
I think it might have been a bone thrown by the lady at the Quest Guild. She did say it was a little bit of a higher rank than usual, but she probably knows we maybe wouldn't be doing much.
I think we should find somewhere far off and see if we can scout out the warehouse or the tower from a distance. See what we get into.
I'm beginning to wonder if the other adventurers perhaps received a similar welcome and started asking questions for themselves.
Do you think we should even stay in town, or should we go out and not?
Doubtable, but I think it would also be equally as foolhardy to not keep it within our sights.
No offense, but I feel like the most comfortable place to sleep will be the fucking bar.
The barn?
The bar.
I think I'll take a chance with my bedroll. Well, thank you.
Do we still have the letter?
Which letter?
The guild letter, or
yeah.
Did we hand that off?
Yeah.
When we
He
giving
would
it
have left
back?
it in your possession. He doesn't give a shit about it.
I will go over to Cyril like,
Does the letter say anything about us being stationed here for a certain amount of time?
That's a good question.
The letter does not. It just says to be over here, deal with the whatever threat there might be, if there is any, preferably diplomatically, and then return.
This feels like we're supposed to do some sort of checkup.
But where and what?
Well, the innkeeper said something about some sort of direction pointed in, yeah?
The watchtower to the east.
Yeah.
They didn't say it was specifically bandits who went in, though. Or at least the sheriff didn't.
Mm.
Well,
Do we even know if there's anyone in there as it is?
Well, they haven't come out, but I'm not sure how they would know that if they haven't been dealing with the watchtower.
Well, we could always check it out and then move on if we don't need to.
I
We can
think.
go. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think I think whoever said we should find a spot to scout the tower. I think that was the right idea.
Cool, cool. Alright, well, unfortunately, I do have to get going for dinners, so that's where we be leaving that, so you guys can kind of think about the direction you guys want to take this, whether it be to scout out the area, to head in there just forlorn, or if you guys want to maybe spend a little bit of time in the town desperately trying to get information, maybe from the stable girl, who knows. Whatever you guys decide is the best plan to go ahead, feel free to talk about it inside the chat, and next week, Friday, 6 p.m. PST, feel free to join
Sin,
us. Oh,
I'm
right,
not gonna be
because
here.
Gilmore's not going to be here. That's right, 2 weeks. We're going to be not doing anything next Friday because Gilmore is not going to be here. I believe you're doing something with your family.
Yeah, family trip.
Yeah, so we're going to be postponing that, and so come back on August 23rd at 6 p.m. PST if you guys want to watch the next episode of Tyrant's Wrath. If you guys are interested in our various other content, feel free to go and follow any of our social media, including this one or the link tree there below. Tomorrow, me and my brother are going to be playing some Elden Ring co-op and trying to see how far we can get with whatever the hell we're doing, assuming we actually are able to play tomorrow. If not, we might be playing something else. I'll let you guys know on our Discord as I know. So have a good night, ladies and gents. Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Hey.
Have a good one.
Bye.